What is going to happen? What's going to happen? So this is a bit of a different one. I have a theory, and I've been pondering this for a while. I've been pondering this now for since the Zelensky appearance in the White House last year, when he was pressured into why hasn't he had elections in Ukraine? And I've had this theory for a while, and here it is. I'm calling that the midterms are going to be cancelled because of an incident that occurs in the United States of the Americans. Now, it might be a broad statement, but let's look at what's happening at the moment. We have an extremely unpopular person demolishing the West Wing or the East Wing or one of the wings to build a gigantic ballroom for some reason, who is seriously implicated in some files regarding some other person that he was close to. And he got dog walked into an aggressive action, shall we call it that, in a Middle Eastern Asian country who was at one point well known for making rugs. Now, the theory is that he got dog walked in because there's dirt on him, and that a certain group of people has a lot of dirt on him, and that the press conference that his wife had a few days ago was not her wanting to come out clean or put pressure on Congress to have statements done. No, it was she was pressured to do it by this group of people who wanted to remind the orange one that they have dirt on him, because the press conference was unbeknownst to him. He didn't know it was going to take place. And this was right before what was supposed to happen on that weekend? The ceasefire discussions. Now, he's extremely unpopular, and they're looking at a wipeout in the midterms, with possibly the Senate swinging as well. And if that happens, that will be monumental. And with the way things are tracking at the moment in the US, you can see that this could be a monumental shift. And with impeachment proceedings, he could actually not just be impeached, but be forced out of office. Because starting an impeachment process is one thing, but actually getting him out is the other thing. And that is what they're running scared of, because the momentum is there. So how do you get rid of the momentum, and how do you follow through on the Project 2025 idea? Is you do not have midterms. And how would they do it? Well, you start a conflict with a country that has known historic ties to groups who, how do we put this politely, cause problems in other parts of the world. Then you call for a ceasefire. You go into the negotiations. You then say, oh no, they didn't want to play ball. They're the ones stalling it. You ramp up your retaliation because of the ceasefire not taking place, but saying it's all defensive. Then something happens in the US, something rather big. That then gets seen as a provocative attack in the homeland. And that's when they will then do two things. They will enact Article 5 for NATO, and they will then say that they are in a domestic problem. So ICE has to now go and work closer on getting people out of the way and and subduing voters and voter turnout. They might not suspend the whole election, but there will be voter suppression. And voter suppression is just as bad as suspending the elections. It's not free and fair then. So how can this beacon of democracy then be a free and fair democracy when you are suppressing your voters? And the absolute hypocrisy of saying you cannot vote by mail, but he and his family voted by mail last time when he was in Florida for the last special election. Same goes for Nigel for the last general election as well, when he voted by mail. Why? He's not so far from Clacton that he couldn't have gone there after he voted. It's the hypocrisy from them that is interesting. But that is a whole different story and a whole different video. But my theory stands firm is that he is going to manufacture something for the midterms. Now, call me a conspiracy nut. I'm fine with that. I enjoy a good conspiracy theory. But it's too many little dominoes that are falling. And every single time something happens, you see it coming closer to that. And he's been flirting with the idea of running for a third term. And even in the rally where he said, all the Christians should get out for this one last vote, and then the next time you don't have to vote. What was meant by that? Now, people are saying it's the weave, it's him playing 3D chess. No, it's him being a fascist dictator. It's him wanting to be king. That's what it is. It's him not accepting that he can't have it all. But we're in a social media age where it's a popularity contest for these elections all around the world. And it's not about policy, it's about how they are on camera. And this all started with the whole little escalator scene. Across the pond. On this side of the pond, it all has a history from just pushing the right wing pushing their agenda and being funded by the Russians. But there is something afoot, and I am. When we get to November, I don't want to be proven right. But it's going to take a lot not to be proven right. If there is voter suppression, it will have a negative impact on voter turnout and then on the election itself. And they will play a filthy game, and they will be a false flag. Just like the ear. Go down that little rabbit hole. Just like the ear. Well, that's all now. Ciao, ciao.